Are you over 50 and tired of that sharp, shooting pain running down your leg every time you stand up, sit, or bend over? Does it feel like your lower back just can't catch a break no matter what you do? You're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. Sciatic pain can be frustrating, exhausting, and even a little scary. But what if I told you that with just 4 simple, gentle exercises, you can start easing that pain, improve your mobility, and actually feel like yourself again, all from the comfort of your own home? Stick with me, because I'm going to show you exactly how. If you're over 50 and dealing with sciatic pain, it can feel like there's no way out. Like your body is constantly reminding you that something's wrong every time you stand up, bend over, or even sit for too long. But the truth is, there are simple, gentle exercises that can make a huge difference. And the best part is they don't require fancy equipment or hours at the gym. You can do them right in your living room, and they're designed to loosen the muscles that are actually causing the pressure on your sciatic nerve, which is often the culprit behind that shooting pain down your leg. So it's not about pushing yourself to the limit or doing high-intensity workouts. It's about moving in a way that supports your body, releases tension, and helps your nervous system relax, starting with the piriformis stretch, which targets a small but powerful muscle deep in your glutes, because when that muscle gets tight, it can pinch the sciatic nerve and cause a lot of discomfort. And by simply crossing one leg over the other while lying on your back and gently pulling your thigh toward your chest, you can feel a stretch that penetrates deep into the glute, loosening that tight area and giving your nerve some breathing room. And this is something you can hold for 20 to 30 seconds, focusing on slow breathing and letting your muscles release gradually, and then switching sides so both sides of your body get attention, which helps create balance and reduces uneven tension that can make pain worse. And then there's the lower back rotation, which is another gentle, yet highly effective movement, because your spine and the muscles surrounding it often get stiff from sitting or standing in the same position too long. And by lying on your back with knees bent and slowly dropping them to one side, keeping your shoulders on the floor, you stretch the lower back and release tension along the sides of your spine. And doing this on both sides increases spinal mobility, encourages proper alignment, and takes pressure off the sciatic nerve, which is crucial for reducing pain. And these movements work together because one targets the glutes, the other targets the spine, and together they create a chain reaction of relief, helping your body move more freely without aggravating the nerve. And it's important to understand that these exercises are not just about temporary relief, they're about create long-term changes in how your muscles behave. Because tight muscles don't just cause immediate pain, they alter your posture and movement patterns, which can make sciatica worse over time. And by doing these stretches consistently, you're retraining your body to release tension naturally, strengthen weak areas, and allow your nervous system to operate without constant irritation, which is exactly what makes them so effective for people over 50, because as we age, our muscles and joints naturally become less flexible, and our bodies respond slower to strain. So low-impact, targeted exercises like these are ideal because they respect your limits while still providing meaningful relief. And the beauty of it is that anyone can start at their own pace, adjusting the intensity of the stretch and the duration of the hold. So even if you've never done exercise before or are worried about aggravating your pain, these movements are approachable, safe, and incredibly effective at giving your body the space it needs to feel better when it comes to relieving sciatic pain. Especially after you hit 50, one of the most important things to understand is that consistency is far more valuable than intensity, because so many people make the mistake of thinking they have to push themselves hard, stretch further than they're comfortable, or do complicated routine in order to see results. But the reality is your body responds to regular, gentle, and mindful movement much better than it does to occasional bursts of effort. And that's why committing to these 4 exercises every day, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes, can make a huge difference over time, because the small, repeated actions gradually loosen tight muscles, improve flexibility, and reduce the pressure that's irritating your sciatic nerve. And it's not about doing everything perfectly, holding stretches for longer than feels good. It's about creating a routine that your body can rely on, a consistent rhythm. That reminds your muscles to relax, your spine to move freely, and your nervous system that it doesn't need to stay in a constant state of tension. And consistency also builds confidence, because when you see that your pain is slowly diminishing and your movement is improving, it motivates you to keep going, creating a positive cycle of progress rather than frustration. And this is especially important as we age, because our muscles and joints need regular attention to maintain their function, and if we wait until we feel intense pain to do something about it, it's much harder to make lasting changes, whereas regular gentle movement trains your body to respond proactively, preventing stiffness from settling in and keeping the sciatic nerve from flaring up. And the beauty of consistency is that it doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't need to dedicate an hour a day or exhaust yourself. Just a few minutes of mindful stretching and movement can add up over the weeks and months to create meaningful relief. And it also helps your body develop better habits, because your muscles start remembering how to relax, your spine remembers its natural alignment, and your nervous system starts operating without constant irritation, which all contributes to a reduction in pain. And over time, these small daily efforts become part of your lifestyle, almost like brushing your teeth or having a morning cup of coffee, something you do naturally and without thinking, and the results compound, because the more consistent you are, the more your body responds, your flexibility improves, your posture gets better, and the sciatic nerve experiences less pressure, which ultimately means less pain, less stiffness, and more freedom of movement. And another advantage of focusing on consistency rather than intensity is that it prevents injury, because overexerting yourself or trying to stretch too far too fast can actually make sciatica worse, whereas gentle, repeated practice allows your muscles and connective tissues to adapt safely, which is exactly what you want. And it's also mentally empowering, because showing up for yourself every day, even in a small way, reinforces that you have control over your body and your pain, and that control builds confidence, motivation, and a sense of accomplishment that carries over into other areas of life, and ultimately, the key to lasting sciatic relief isn't dramatic movements, fancy equipment, or extreme routines. It's about creating a simple, sustainable habit of consistent, gentle movement that supports your body, improves flexibility, and gradually reduces nerve irritation. So over time, you're not just managing pain, you're reclaiming mobility, comfort, and a sense of freedom in your body. Of the things that people often overlook when it comes to relieving sciatic pain, especially after 50, is the role that posture and everyday movement play, because even the best stretches and exercises won't have their full effect if your body is constantly in positions that aggravate the sciatic nerve. And the truth is, our modern lifestyle often works against us, with long hours sitting at a desk, leaning over screens, or hunching in chairs that don't support our spine properly, all of which increases pressure on the lower back and glutes where the sciatic nerve runs. And when that happens, even gentle stretches can feel less effective because your body is constantly pulling in the wrong directions. So the key is to pair your exercise with mindful posture throughout the day, being aware of how you sit, stand, and move, because something as simple as keeping your shoulders relaxed, your spine in a neutral position, and your feet planted evenly on the floor can make a dramatic difference. And it's also helpful to take micro breaks every hour or so, even if it's just standing up, walking to another room, or lightly stretching, because those little movements prevent muscles from tightening up and relieve tension that could otherwise aggravate your sciatic nerve. And over time, your body starts to naturally remember better alignment, making it easier to do the exercises and get the full benefit. And posture isn't just about standing or sitting correctly. It's about moving correctly as well, being aware of how you bend, twist, and lift, because poor movement patterns can create imbalances in your muscles and spine, which can increase pressure on the sciatic nerve. And by practicing safe, deliberate movements while you go about your day, you're reinforcing the work you're doing in your stretches, creating a synergy between daily habits and intentional exercise. And this is especially important as we age, because the muscles that support our spine and hips tend to weaken over time, making posture even more critical. And when you combine gentle daily exercises with attention to posture, you're not just temporarily relieving pain, You're training your body to move in ways that prevent flare-ups, reduce stiffness, and keep the sciatic nerve from becoming irritated in the first place. And another benefit of focusing on posture is that it improves overall body mechanics, making other movements, like walking, climbing stairs, or picking up light objects, safer and less likely to trigger pain, and it also enhances circulation, allowing your muscles and nerves to receive more oxygen and nutrients, which promotes healing and flexibility. And this holistic approach is what makes a real difference, because sciatic pain isn't caused by a single factor. It's a combination of tight muscles, weak support, and nerve irritation, and addressing all of those areas together is what gives long-term relief. And the good news is, you don't need to make dramatic changes all at once. Even small adjustments in how you hold your body, how often you get up, and how you move can add up over time, reinforcing the effects of the exercises and making them more effective. And the more aware you become of your posture and movement, the more natural it will feel to support your spine and relieve pressure on your sciatic nerve, which in turn makes everyday activities easier, less painful, and more enjoyable. And the combination of consistent exercises, mindful posture, and gentle daily movement creates a powerful foundation for lasting relief, giving you the freedom to move with confidence and reducing the risk of future flare-ups. One of the most powerful tools people often overlook when it comes to relieving sciatic pain is something as simple as breathing and being mindful of how you move, because it sounds basic, but the way you breathe during stretches and exercises can actually make a huge difference in how effective they are. And when you take deep, slow breaths, you increase blood flow to your muscles, which helps them relax. And this relaxation reduces tension around the sciatic nerve, making the stretches feel more effective and less uncomfortable. And it's not just about inhaling and exhaling. It's about being deliberate with your breath, exhaling as you move deeper into a stretch, allowing your body to lengthen naturally, and inhaling as you release, giving your muscles a moment to reset. And when you pair that with slow, controlled movement, you create a rhythm that your body responds to positively, because sudden or jerky motions can actually irritate the nerve and increase pain, while smooth, mindful movements encourage the muscles around your spine, hips, and glutes to work together, improving overall mobility. And being mindful also means paying attention to your body and how it feels in each position, noticing when a stretch is deepening tension too much, or when a movement feels just right, and adjusting accordingly. Because no two bodies are exactly the same, especially as we age, and learning to listen to your own body is key to long-term relief. And another aspect of mindfulness is recognizing when your posture or alignment needs correction, because even a small twist or misalignment can put pressure on the sciatic nerve. So while performing exercises like the cat-cow stretch or the piriformis stretch, taking a moment to adjust your shoulders, spine, and hips ensures that you're actually targeting the right muscles and not straining other areas. And this combination of deep breathing, controlled movement, and body awareness allows your nervous system to relax, which is critical, because sciatic pain isn't just a mechanical issue, it's also influenced by how tense your body is overall. And when the nervous system is calm, muscles can release tension more easily, circulation improves, and the body is better able to heal itself. And the benefits don't stop at the exercises themselves, because practicing mindful movement carries over into your daily life, making activities like walking, bending, or sitting more comfortable, because you're more aware of your alignment and how to move without aggravating the nerve. And it also reduces the tendency to hold your body in protective positions that can worsen stiffness. And this is especially important after 50, because muscles and connective tissues become less flexible, and the nervous system can become more sensitive. So paying attention to breathing and mindful movement is a simple, low-impact way to get maximum benefit from your efforts. And over time, this approach helps retrain your body to respond to stretches in a healthier way, making exercises feel easier and more effective. And it even enhances the sense of control you have over your own body, because you realize that you can influence your pain levels simply by moving thoughtfully and breathing properly. And the combination of these factors, breathing, mindful movement, and awareness of your own body, creates a powerful foundation for relieving sciatic pain, improving flexibility, and supporting overall mobility. so that your exercises aren't just a temporary fix, but a long-term solution that teaches your body to move with ease and reduces pressure on the sciatic nerve consistently. One of the most important things to understand when dealing with sciatic pain after 50 is that age is not a barrier, because your body is capable of responding to movement and improving mobility at any stage of life. And the idea that pain or stiffness is simply a natural part of getting older is a misconception that can keep people from taking action. But the truth is that gentle, consistent exercises combined with attention to posture and mindful movement can have a dramatic impact on how your body feels. And even small, deliberate efforts to stretch, strengthen, and move can retrain your muscles, improve flexibility, and reduce the pressure on your sciatic nerve, which means you don't have to accept pain as your new normal. And when you focus on what your body can do rather than what it can't, it opens up a whole new perspective on recovery and health. Because sciatica is not a sentence, it's simply a signal that your muscles, joints, and nervous system need support, and with the right approach, you can provide that support, regain control, and feel more confident in your movements. And this is especially true after 50, because our bodies respond very well to low-impact, consistent movement, and exercises like the piriformis stretch, hamstring stretch, lower back rotation, and cat-cow stretch are specifically designed to be safe and effective for adults at this stage of life, targeting tight muscles, promoting spinal mobility, and reducing nerve irritation without overloading your body or risking injury. And the great thing is that you don't need fancy equipment or expensive treatments to see results, because your own body is the most powerful tool you have, and using it thoughtfully allows you to regain mobility, relieve tension, and restore comfort. And as you continue with these exercises, even for just a few minutes each day, you'll start to notice changes like reduced stiffness, less shooting pain, and more freedom in your legs and lower back. And those small wins are incredibly motivating because they reinforce that your body is capable of healing and adapting. And the more consistent you are, the more your confidence grows, which encourages you to move more, try new stretches, and continue strengthening your core and supporting muscles. And over time, this builds a foundation for long-term relief, helping you stay active, independent, and engaged in the activity you love, whether it's walking, gardening, playing with grandkids, or simply enjoying a day without being constantly reminded of pain. And it's important to remember that sciatica isn't a reflection of weakness or aging. It's simply a condition that responds very well to the right care, which includes gentle stretching, mindful movement, good posture, and regular attention to your body's needs. And by embracing this approach, you're proving to yourself that age is not a limitation, that your body is resilient, and that you have the ability to improve your mobility and comfort in a natural, sustainable way. And this mindset is just as important as the exercises themselves, because believing in your body's capacity to change encourages you to show up consistently, stay patient with the process, and celebrate the progress you make, even if it's gradual. And ultimately, understand that age is not a barrier, empowers you to take control of your health, reduce sciatic pain, and reclaim the freedom to move comfortably, safely, and confidently, showing yourself that with gentle, consistent effort, a little awareness, and the right movements, your body at 50, 60, or beyond can continue to improve, heal, and enjoy life without being held back by pain.